Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you all are having a fantastic, somewhat end to August and that you're having a good end to your summer too. And have been having just, I guess, a good last 2 weeks. Um, I know it's been 2 weeks since I have maybe 3 weeks since I've been on a live, and I apologize for that. I was ill, and it just kind of stuck with me for a couple weeks. It was a pretty quick recovery, I would say, but it was lingering, um, and some days were kind of up and down. So that's where I was, and I'm just quickly looking um, to see if my channels are working. Um, and Facebook is working. Now just looking at YouTube to see if perfect. YouTube is working. Wonderful. I'm going to go on to where did you go? All right. Always when I need to find something, it doesn't seem to work. There we go. All right. Okay, now I can see things. All right. So today I am again excited for another topic, right? But I love to nerd out, as you all know. But I really wanted to talk about tea just because of the last couple of weeks and not feeling too well. I was drinking quite a bit of tea, creating my own herbal teas to really help fight the virus that I was battling. And it was also just so soothing through the throat and brought comfort to me. So it just hit on so many different levels. So today, that's why I want to talk about the benefits of tea. I think it's not necessarily used in or really thought about in a way that it can be very beneficial for the body. It has a great flavor. It brings that comfort. It can take the place of coffee. And a lot of people think of those different those different things, but not really the benefits of tea and how they can really help the body and the mind. So that's what I'm really going to be focusing on today, and how you can incorporate tea as part of your health journey and reaching optimal health for you. And including that tea in there can be a very beneficial thing. A small step that creates a big impact, I would say. So, tea is obviously a very popular drink around the world. The health benefits that have been attributed to tea consumption has been since the beginning of history. Uh, Consumption of tea, especially green tea, has been correlated with low incidence of chronic pathologies where oxidative stress is involved. So think of like cardiovascular disease or cancer. Um, so many different chronic diseases out there, even like Alzheimer's disease as well, various autoimmune conditions too. But there are four types of teas that are more commonly found and really considered like the true tea. And that is black tea, oolong tea, green tea, and white tea. And they all come from the same plant called Camellia sinensis. So the difference among them is really the difference in how they are processed or how they are harvested. And the harvesting is really in the case more for the white tea. So white tea leaves are picked and harvested before they fully open. So buds are still covered by fine white hair. And in the case for the other teas, leaves are steamed quickly after harvesting. Um, Actually, that isn't the case for the white tea, and green tea. They are quickly steamed. So this helps prevent the oxidation of polyphenols. And after that, they are then dried and then created into the tea that we use. For the production of black tea, the leaves are actually rolled, and this can disrupt cellular compartments and bring phenolic compounds into contact with different polyphenol oxidases. So these young leaves undergo something called oxidation for 90 to 120 minutes before then being dried. And this process is regarded as fermentation for the leaves. So flavin 3-ols are converted to different products like theaflavins and thearubicins. And these are just other polyphenols that are in the leaves. So we EGCG is one of the common ones that we know of, like with green tea, but that EGCG is converted into these other polyphenols in black tea just by how it is processed, if that makes sense at all. It's pretty cool. And there needs to be more research on these other polyphenols. We have quite a few in regards to the EGCG. So oolong tea is manufactured mainly in Taiwan and exported to Japan and Germany. It's produced with a shorter fermentation period than black tea and has a taste and color that's similar between green tea and black tea. And then any other tea other than those that I just mentioned are going to be considered herbal teas. So they are made from a combination of plants, fruits, herbs, and spices that are caffeine free. So all tea, except for the herbal, has a little bit of caffeine in it. Not huge quantities like coffee, but they do have some caffeine in it. So the health benefits of these various teas are related to the high content of bioactive ingredients like the polyphenols. So they possess antioxidant, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory activities. They modulate our detoxification enzymes. They can stimulate our immune function, and they can help decrease platelet aggregation in the body. So epigallocatechin gallate, or that EGCG, what I was referring to before, has been found to be responsible for much of the health promoting ability of green tea. And typically optimal amounts of that EGCG seem to be anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams. And studies have shown green tea being superior to black tea in terms of health effects, especially since green tea has that higher EGCG content. However, there are those other components in black tea that really haven't been researched to the extent of the EGCG. So we can't really say that it's truly superior, but what have you. Like we'll go with it. Tea in general, so many different benefits, and I will explain them as I keep going. But polyphenols derived from tea possess bioactivity that can help delay the onset of risk factors associated with disease development. So the active ingredients in tea are the major phenolics that are present. So that flavin 3-ol, the flavonoids, and the main flavin 3-ols in green tea are that epicatechin and gallate derivatives. So, the EGCG stuff. So these are present in black tea, but they are in lower amounts and converted into those other polyphenols. Quercetin and camphorol are the main flavanols in tea, and quercetin is so incredibly important for immune system, immune function, helps fighting off virus, helps people healing when ill. And then camphorol can help bring down inflammation in the body. And also, helpful for the immune system and reducing oxidation in the body. Other compounds include gallic acid, coumarin, caffeic acids, and more. And then L-theanine is also present in tea as well. And this is an amino acid that can really help our brain. It supports alertness, memory, and creativity. It can also help support a calm, non-anxious mood too. So oxidative stress, which is the imbalance between free radical species and antioxidant defense. So the oxidative stress is what happens when cells start to get damaged in our body by those free radicals, these different compounds that go around and start like beating up the cells and hurting them and creating issues for the cells. And the antioxidants help protect cells. So they're like the bodyguards for cells, and they go around and try to fight off these free radicals in the body. But when oxidative stress is occurring, it is when we have too much of those free radicals going around and damaging, and we don't have enough of the antioxidants to support our cells. So this oxidative stress can either happen outside of us, also known as an exogenous process, like the various toxins that we can come in contact with from our environment. Think of like air pollution, or maybe heavy metals that we've been around, or cigarette smoking, or contaminated water, those various things. And then the processes that can happen internally too can also create oxidative stress. So these are called endogenous processes. So this is like inflammation within the body that can create oxidative stress, or respiratory bursts that can happen. Hold on, I might sneeze. um, whew, okay, I think it passed, but I don't know. Apologies. I still have like the lingering sneezes that happen. Um, so if I stop again, that's why. But tea can help reduce, that oxidative stress within the body and help bring in those antioxidants. So those bodyguards to help ourselves. And tea can help reduce inflammation in the body by boosting those antioxidants, which can actually help with certain pathways in the body. So, antioxidant pathways that help fight off inflammation. And then they can help decrease pro inflammatory activity and pathways. It can help kind of turn off certain pathways that are pro inflammatory. Um, Tea is also very supportive for the immune system. So benefits can be shown in a little less than a week with just 1 quart of tea. It's pretty fascinating that the body can respond pretty quickly. And immediately when I was not feeling well, and started to come down with things, I started in with more tea. I was having probably three glasses a day of tea. Um, in various ways. So through herbal teas, and then green tea was another one. But I kept doing that throughout the week, and I had a pretty quick turnaround compared to what I usually have. So green tea also can boost metabolism, improve skin quality, slow down aging, decrease cancer growth in the body, improve brain function, and protect from various brain diseases. Can help reduce the risk of heart disease, and also can help aiding in reversing diabetes too. Obviously, tea alone isn't going to necessarily do all this stuff, but along with a healthy lifestyle, can really help be a part of that and help with all those things that I just mentioned. So matcha is another type of green tea. It is a green powder made from whole green tea leaf. So you're actually drinking the leaf itself. It's ground up. It has boosted chlorophyll levels, which are great for providing like iron, antioxidants to the body, really helpful for our detoxification systems. But that chlorophyll gives it the bright, they're full of chlorophyll. So that is what you are consuming. And matcha has significantly higher levels of the EGCG than other green teas. So it's pretty potent with EGCG. And 2 to 5 cups of matcha per day can lead to optimal EGCG amounts too. So getting that 100 to 200 milligrams a day. Black tea, it has the highest caffeine content of all tea types. And there are various types of black tea, but again, has like the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, helpful for the immune system, all of those benefits that I mentioned previously about tea. But there is specific black teas like Earl Grey, which is just black tea with bergamot oil. Bergamot oil has mood boosting benefits. So it can help relieve anxiety and depression, but it also has powerful antibacterial and antifungal properties due to bergamot's ability to suppress the growth and spread of bacteria and fungus too, or fungi. So Earl Grey is a great one to start incorporating daily if you love black tea. Then there's like English breakfast, which is just a blend of various black teas, and then an Irish breakfast blend too. Oolong tea. Studies have shown that regularly drinking oolong tea can help prevent obesity by reducing weight through boosting fat metabolism or lipolysis. And it can even suppress the creation of new fat cells too. And for recommendations, usually 3 cups per day is what's recommended, as you really see those benefits showing up. With that amount of tea. So it helps amp up your immune system, and drinking tea throughout the day helps keep antioxidants flowing through your body. So you can start your morning with a cup and slowly, have another cup in the afternoon, sip throughout the afternoon. You're going to keep those antioxidants coming into your body, and those polyphenols are really going to come in. And if you drink tea right away in the morning, the polyphenols are actually better absorbed on an empty stomach. So you're going to start your day off really well. You're going to have those polyphenols in your system to help you throughout your day, and the various toxins that you might come in contact with or pathogens, since it helps boost so many different parts of your body and systems. And what's important is avoiding tea made in China. So unless you know exactly the location it's coming from, the quality that it's coming from, you're going maybe like the specific source and their soils are great, then okay. But unfortunately, a lot of the teas that are coming from China are higher in lead. So that's a heavy metal, and these heavy metals are easier to find in plant compounds because they're absorbed from the soil. So a lot of our soils are filled with lead, and China is one of them that has a very high lead and heavy metal amount in their soil due to the industrial pollution. And tea is known to absorb lead at higher rates than other plants. White tea, though, likely has less heavy metals than other types because it is picked sooner. So it has less of that ability to absorb more of the toxin. But there is less of a problem with teas made in Japan, and even less of a problem if the tea is organic too. So we're reducing more of those chemicals and exposures. So now I want to go into various teas and how they can support. So teas that are great for like stress and anxiety. Chamomile tea is great. Also can help you go to sleep and fall asleep in bed, as it helps relieve anxiety and promotes that relaxation. Passion flower is another good one, as it can increase GABA in the brain, which is a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation. Kava is another one. It has natural anti-anxiety properties and has been used as an anti-anxiety remedy. And teas that can aid in skin health or help slow aging in general. Rooibos is great. It's packed with antioxidants. It helps fight free radical damage that can contribute to skin aging. Rose hips is another good one. It fights free radical damage. It's high in vitamin C too, which vitamin C is known to be helpful with producing collagen in the body, skin elasticity, helps with wound healing, so many things. And it's great for the immune system, but it boosts cell rejuvenation and keeps the skin looking youthful. Teas that can help with balancing blood sugar include lemon balm. So it helps regulate insulin production by replenishing the nervous system. Lemon balm is also great for relaxation too. So it can be another one that you can drink or before bed, or even if like during the day, if you are experiencing anxiety. Lemon balm also kind of gives a very joyful feeling too. Hibiscus is also helpful with balancing blood sugar. It helps inhibit glucose absorption, keeping your blood sugar balanced. Bilberry tea is another good one. It contains anthocyanosides, there we go, that are shown to maintain blood sugar levels. Teas that are great for detoxification, which a lot of us need help with. I mean, any of these, like we all kind of need help with. But detoxification tends to be an issue for people struggling with fibromyalgia, a lot of autoimmune conditions, um, and chronic fatigue syndrome. We tend to have issues with detox. But dandelion tea is a great one to help with that. It helps flush out toxins by supporting your liver and liver function. Burdock root is also wonderful. It helps remove toxins, especially the heavy metals. It also has diuretic properties, and that aids fluid excretion, which helps you rid of those toxins. It also can help boost the lymphatic system too, which helps detoxification. So, in order to really truly detoxify and have proper detoxification, we need to have great lymphatic flow in the body and great lymphatic drainage. Because if our lymphatic system is blocked up and not moving freely throughout the body and not draining properly, we can flush things out from the liver and the kidneys. We can and the organs, but it can get stuck and it just gunks up in the lymphatic system, and then it creates more problems and more inflammation in the body. So we need to have a proper functioning lymphatic system. Red clover tea is also good for detoxification. It helps rid toxins from the lymphatic system, spleen, and liver. Fatigue. Teas that are great for fatigue. Rooibos is a good one. It brings balance to cortisol levels in the body. And if you haven't seen my cortisol videos that I've done in the past, please watch those. Very important. And licorice, licorice root tea is also wonderful. Go for the DGL licorice. They help keep it helps keep cortisol levels balanced, and it's also very beneficial for respiratory health and healing from respiratory illness. I hit the licorice tea that I had from traditional medicinals. I was drinking that and the dandelion tea. Again, so many different teas. I think like even ginger tea. Um, I was just hitting a whole bunch of them to help with providing me with some energy, detoxing, and aiding my immune system. Gut health. So there are teas that are more prone to help with gut health too. So licorice, again, another good one that can help. Look for the DGL. It helps bring healing to the damaged gut lining. Peppermint's another good one too, as it can reduce inflammation and help people who are struggling with IBS. Slippery elm can help reduce inflammation in the gut, and it can help ease symptoms of leaky gut, IBS, and other digestive problems. Marshmallow root is another good one for gut health, as it repairs damaged gut lining and can help with that leaky gut syndrome. And it can relieve symptoms of constipation, diarrhea, and heartburn by helping coat the stomach. So then teas that are good for immunity include echinacea, as it has antiviral and antibacterial properties. Elderberry, again, those antimicrobial and antiviral properties, high in vitamin C too. Hibiscus, when you feel a cold coming on, just start drinking this tea immediately. Plus elderberry and echinacea, as they're high in vitamin C and very helpful for stopping those colds or reducing the duration of them. Other teas that I also love to use include oregano, where I'll use fresh oregano, fresh rosemary, fresh sage, and even like fresh ginger too. They're all just so beneficial for the immune system, higher in vitamin C and a lot of antioxidants, and properties that will help, especially antibacterial and antiviral properties that will help you. And they're great to do in the winter as preventative care too. So teas that help with inflammation, nettle leaf tea is a good one. It inhibits a pathway called NFKB that helps bring down inflammation in the body. Rose hips, again, another good one, contains galactolipids that are anti-inflammatory. So it reduces inflammatory-based health problems like rheumatoid arthritis as well. Ginger also inhibits NFKB and pro-inflammatory cytokines in the body. So you can try out different teas. If you have a local shop, talk with them, see, where they get their teas sourced from, if they have background knowledge on where their teas are coming from, if they have their own blends that can help with the immune system or help with anxiety, help with sleep, help with detox. I know there is one in Prior Lake called Great Road Tea Company, and it's in downtown Prior Lake. And they have their own blends. They're very cautious on where their tea is sourced from. It is wonderful. It tastes so good too. Um, but there are brands that you can obviously get from the store too. And so the ones that I recommend and that I personally use, Traditional Medicinals is a good one. Republic of Tea is another one. And then I do use some Numi organic teas as well. Other quality brands out there include like Peak Life, and then Rishi is another one too. So with that being said, that's what I have for you on tea, the various benefits that you can get from it, specific types and their benefits. And I hope that you now want to incorporate more tea into your life, as it's rich in those polyphenols. If you're not having maybe the most optimal diet, start somewhere. And tea is one way to do so. It's very easy to implement. um, it's better when it's hot. You're gonna have more of those polyphenols with the hot tea versus the cold teas. um, and now that fall is coming, you want to kind of have that warmth and have that comfort feeling. And a tea is one great way of doing so, along with obviously soups and bone broth too. But it can help then, you know, prevent any illness or help reduce duration of illness during peak season of illness. So again, I hope that anything that you take away is to start somewhere and try some different teas, especially if you're experiencing various symptoms like fatigue or poor detoxification, or maybe you're starting to get sick. Try the ones that I mentioned, and go for a full week. Have tea 3 times a day, and see how things go. I do want to say one thing about the DGL licorice. That one you really don't want to do for more than 2 weeks, as it can have a effect on blood pressure. So that one I use more sparingly, and I'll use it maybe for like a week, and then I'll have some time off, and then I'll bring it back into rotation. But I don't do it for long periods of time. But yeah, I hope that you all found this helpful, beneficial. I would love to know your thoughts. I would love to know what types of teas you love to drink, if you are a tea drinker, or if you have issues finding the right kind of tea. I know sometimes it's hit or miss for people, where tea is too bitter and not great tasting to them. But kind of going more, start with the herbals. Then I give a recommendation with some of those sweeter ones can help bring you into the life of tea. But again, hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday and week. And I will see you next week. Until next time, take care.